I'm Mike from St. Thomas Economic Development, here with another little update from the St. Thomas mega site. We are here today at the St. Thomas Municipal Airport, and we're joined by Dale. Dale, introduce yourself and tell us what you do at the airport.
Well, I'm the airport manager at the St. Thomas Municipal Airport.
It's fantastic, and thank you for joining us today. We were sort of wondering, this is an interesting property that the city has and maintains. We're curious to know, like, what's the history of the airport? And then also, like, there's all these big planes, there's all this stuff going on. This is an action-packed place. So let's start off with the history, though. Tell us how long the city's had this airport.
The city actually acquired the airport in around 1972. Prior to that, it was built and conceived in 42 for the Commonwealth Air Training initiative for World War II.
That's interesting. So it would have been a federal government property prior to the city taking over in the 70s?
Correct.
Yeah, that's very interesting. What kind of training would have been done at this airport?
Well, they often refer to this airport as a reliever field. But as history has kind of demonstrated, it was more than that. It was actually when all the pilots were actually getting their training, they came here to finish their night ratings. So, which was kind of interesting, So it has, it's played a larger role than I think local history gives it.
Yeah, that is very interesting. And now the airport has a very different purpose. What kinds of uses does the St. Thomas Airport get these days?
Well, it's primarily an airport for aircraft of any shape or description.
So planes take off and they land?
Yes, they do.
But there's more so I know there are lots of hobby pilots that fly out of here, but what are these big planes that are all around here? What are they doing here?
Well, they're being maintained by a company called Smart AMS, and it's an MRO, so it's a major maintenance operation. And they do heavy maintenance on specifically the Q400 or any Dash 8 product, any de Havilland product, and also the CRJ, the Canadian Regional Jet, as well as now the ATR, which is another feather in their cap. So they're diversifying. It's a new company, and they're in their efficiency right now. They've been with us now for about 3 years, and it's been a growing opportunity for the airport and the community.
Yeah, that's very interesting. And I see planes here from all over the world. There's a Croatian airplane over there. Is that a common occurrence at this maintenance facility?
Yeah, they've been able to build the president, Mark Rinaldi, exceptional individual. He's been able to network and bring customers from all over the world, from Croatia, from Africa, from all over the place. So it's an interesting mix of different clientele. And so then for the example we have back here, Croatian Airlines, that aircraft was in the hangar for approximately 3 months and doing a major overhaul. And they brought another one in, which is now in the hangar to get done. This one's ready to go. So they come and they go. And people see the airplane sometimes and they say, there's no engines and things like that. But they're always in a different state of repair or what the customer's looking for. An interesting fact is engines are rented. So one of their duties here, or one of their roles, is they actually pull the engines off, and crate them up, send them off to get maintained again and put on other aircraft.
Huh, that's interesting. I never would have assumed that if I was taking a flight in a jet that the jet was rented.
Yeah, it's basically pay by play. So, as you use it, you're paying for it. Yeah, it's probably more economic to do that than purchase the engine right out.
That's very interesting. Now, that's a very interesting operation, and someday I'd love to do a tour of that facility. But I know there's some other things going on here. There's Purple Hill Air over there. What do they do?
Purple Hill, it's another maintenance facility here. So what's interesting about this airport is there's been a strong growth of aviation maintenance and technology. These are highly skilled jobs, that come to the community. Interesting. Yeah, Purple Hill does smaller aircraft, but twins, light aircraft, they specialize in that sort of thing. So we have true gambit from helicopter maintenance to small planes to larger turbines and jet aircraft maintenance here at the airport.
That's interesting. When I'm driving by, I always see the parking lots full. Are those employees in those businesses?
Yeah, between the flight school and the employee range, yeah, absolutely. More additional parking down to the east of the airport. And yeah, it's been a growing concern.
Tell me a bit more about the flight school that operates from the St. Thomas Airport.
Yeah, they've just recently rebranded from the St. Thomas Flight Center to Maple Wings. They've got some really good ideas, and they've got students coming from all over the place to learn how to fly. They're a private career college, and you can basically, here in St. Thomas, if you feel that you need or want a career in aviation, they can facilitate that for you, right from the private pilot right through the commercial and multi-IFR ratings right here in St. Thomas. You don't have to go anywhere else. And that's what we're finding too with the maintenance facilities here too. Local guys aren't driving to Toronto, driving to Hamilton just to put food on their tables. They can actually work here and go home for lunch.
That's very interesting. Well, Dale, listen, thanks for taking the time to talk to us about a few of these things. I think it'd be very interesting to come back sometime and do a kind of spotlight on each of those so people can get a real good look at what actually goes on here at the St. Thomas Municipal Airport.
You'd be welcome to, yeah.
Fantastic. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Like and subscribe on YouTube and stay tuned for another little update coming soon.